So here's the deal. Having conversations, yeah, it's hard for me. And if I want to improve, I have to dive into my own subconscious source code like some kind of emotional hacker, which opens a Pandora's box of getting trapped in an endless loop of overthinking. But what's the alternative? Don't debug the code and sit with this anxiety forever? Let's start with eye contact. If you've ever Googled how to make good eye contact, you've probably found some helpful tips like 70% eye contact, 30% looking away. Don't hold eye contact for more than 4 seconds. However, if I try to follow these rules, it goes something like this. Don't stare into their eyes for more than 4 seconds. Gaze to the side and then come back. Oh God, they're looking into my eyes until I'm not paying attention because I'm doing my best to good eye contact. And it's so hard to stare into people's eyes. The human eye is an intimidating piece of evolutionary technology. The eyes of other people are literally pulling the photons emitted from your body and sucking them into little black holes called pupils where they go for reprocessing and reconstruction of you inside their brain. That's why I don't want to make a bad impression. I don't want to be that hologram associated with feelings of nervousness, unsettled, or the guy who can't make eye contact. On the flip side, what if I stopped thinking about eye contact? Sure, I'll be able to focus on the conversation more. But now I'm staring into people's eyes for way too long and making them uncomfortable. Or I'm looking away too much and making them feel like I'm disengaged. But hey, at least I didn't have to do any negative self-reflection, so that's a win, right? As if worrying about eye contact isn't bad enough, there's a litany of other issues to juggle at the same time. When you are an introverted, shy person, your posture naturally enters a protective state in conversation. So once again, I trudge on over to the interweb in search of how to improve my conversational posture. Chest and chin up. Hands at my side with no fidgeting, but also don't be too stiff. Shoulders relax, hips and torso facing directly at the opposing person's direction. As an introverted, shy person, my body naturally wants to do the opposite of this. So even if I fight my biological response to turtle shell, I become a turtle without any shell, which is even more uncomfortable. Consequently, I end up emitting BDE.
Big discomfort energy. Big discomfort energy. Big discomfort energy. Big discomfort energy. Big discomfort.
But keep practicing, you'll get better, and it will be second nature. I've been practicing my whole life. We haven't even touched on the hardest aspect of conversations. Listening and thinking of what to say at the same time. If I go into good listener mode, I find myself not having a response ready when it's my time to talk. I've gone into good listener mode before where I just nod and say things like,
"That must be tough to handle,"
only to have the other person look at me like,
"Is that all you got?"
So then I switch over to thinking of a response mode because I can't do both at the same time. Person talks for about 30 seconds, I fixate on something that was said in the first 5 seconds and rehearse the best response while completely missing the other 25 seconds of their monologue. Or even worse, I start sharing a similar story of my own and come off as self-centered. I'm so tired of searching for ways to self-improve at conversation only to realize Isaac Newton was right. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Improve at eye contact, worsen at listening. Improve at posture, worsen my vibes. Improve at listening, weaken my responses. How do some people seem to do it so effortlessly? Everyone says the same thing. Balance is key. Balance, balance, balance. But what does balance actually look like? How do you manage all of this stuff at once while also not thinking about it? How do you manage to care just enough about your weaknesses to improve, but not so much that you're paralyzed with self-doubt?
Don't be too hard on yourself. People aren't judging you as much as you think they are.
But if that's true, then why do we have thousands of articles and videos telling us exactly how to make the perfect amount of eye contact? If no one cares about this stuff, why is there such a consensus on how to do it right? So, after all this mental gymnastics, I've realized something. Maybe there isn't one right way to have a conversation. I'll be awkward sometimes. I'll overthink and maybe underthink too. But as long as I'm trying and as long as I give others the same grace, I think that's good enough. And if the body language grifters think I'm doing it wrong, that's fine too. I'm just here to be a human because honestly, that's hard enough.
Big discomfort energy. Big discomfort energy. Big